Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be showing you my recipe for 10-minute fudge. So this is what it looks like in the end, and the ingredients you will need will be 2 bags of chocolate chips, it can be any kind of chocolate, sweetened condensed milk, 1 can, any topping like nuts, I'm using mini M&Ms, and a tablespoon of vanilla extract. So the tools you will need will be a tin, some wax paper, and a non-stick spatula. You will also need an oven and a double boiler, and I made my own by putting a pot on top of another pot. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do is get your water in the bottom of your double boiler up to a rolling boil, and then put your other pan on top. And I had to take the audio out of this because my stove, when you put stuff in the pan and you move it around even an inch, it squeaks and it's so noisy and it really sucks. But anyway, I'm going to add the whole entire can of sweetened condensed milk. And if you don't know what sweetened condensed milk is, where they take most of the moisture out of the milk and replace it with sugar. So it's basically just sugar milk. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to add 2.5 cups of chocolate chips. I'm using milk chocolate because I don't like other kinds of chocolate. But you can use dark chocolate or white chocolate. So this is just a really simple fudge recipe, but they get you can get like really intense ones where you can put like cocoa powder and then have to add your own sugar. But this is just a simple one, and this took me 10 minutes, and I was making this for a class party. So I added the sweetened condensed milk, and now I am looking for my teaspoon measure, because you were going to add 1 teaspoon, so this is my teaspoon measure, of vanilla extract, and I forgot to add that in the tool, so I'm sorry about that. But you may ask why I'm adding vanilla to a chocolate recipe, but vanilla always brings out the flavor, and no matter what you do, it could even be lemon or a citrus, it will always bring out the flavor. So I'm just going to mix this, and this is real time, so how you're seeing it, this took a few, like 3 minutes to combine. And then you were going to pour it into a tin, but you want it to be like one color and a little bit shiny. So you just mix it, so folding it from taking your spatula, moving it under all of the chocolate, and then folding it on top. And I lowered the heat on my stove. You're going to start with it at a high so it gets to a rolling boil, and then once it's there, turn it down to medium. And then at the very end, turn it to low. So it was pretty much complete. So now that it was complete, I am going to take it, and I put a piece of wax paper over my tin. And this is just a metal tin. You can also use a glass tin, but I'm just going to be using metal. And I'm scraping everything out of the pot that had chocolate. And you can see it's all one nice color. So I'm just really scraping everything because you don't want to waste anything. So just scraping everything. And after that, I just put it back on top of the bottom part of my double boiler, or my homemade double boiler. So now I'm taking that non-stick spatula and using it to spread the fudge from every corner, because you can see I kind of poured it unevenly. But if you just move the spatula back and forth, it will spread it out faster, because this fudge is sticky in a way. I guess you would say it would like stick to the wax paper. If you don't have wax paper, you can also use tinfoil. So now you just see I am shaking it to make sure it gets into all of the corners. And I didn't know where to put my spatula, so I decided to put it into the double boiler. And then I am going to get my topping, and I'm going to use mini M&Ms, but you can use anything like peanuts or crushed Oreos or anything that you really want to put on top, or you could just leave it plain, you don't have to put anything on it. So I just found this bag of mini M&Ms, and I'm just spreading it over my fudge. And then I'm taking clean fingers, and yes, I did wash my hands, and you should probably if you're going to make this. So I'm just pouring some on and then adding a lot more because I do love M&Ms, and it does give the fudge a good crunch, because the fudge is very smooth. So now to wash this, you really want to soak it in really hot water and then scrub it and then let it soak for a few hours, so I did that. So as usual, thanks for watching and I will see you next week. Bye!